Hello and welcome back to Shadow of the Colossus. My sincere apologies for the way the last episode ended. It ended very abruptly, as I'm sure you can, as I'm sure you realized. But that's because we were having some audio-visual difficulties. First, the video cut out and started to go fuzzy, and that I had to edit the video um, so that that the blurred part was cut out. And then I had to then I recorded two more episodes, and the audio wasn't there. So yeah, I might have to look into getting a better capture card. The one I have is perfectly functional, but I don't think it's the most stable. So that's a bit of a harsh joke there. Stable. So here we are in Shadow of the Colossus. This big, you would think, empty world. Doesn't appear to be a whole lot in here, but what's that about? So we're going to find out. If you're I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, but if you're lost in the Shadow of the Colossus, you just have to point your sword aloft, and wherever the light gathers is where you're meant to go. So you can see it's focused there. We're bringing it over here. It's disperses, so that's not the way to go. It's here clearly. So we'll take Agro, our horse, over here. And one thing that Shadow of the Colossus does very well is its tutorial, because it doesn't hold your hand necessarily. It doesn't spend too much time keeping you from the action. You're not long before you're. It's not long before you're into it. In order to get up here, um, it'll give you the instructions to do so. So R to jump up, R2 to jump up, X to jump. Whoops, not that anyway. R to adjust the camera, the actual right control stick, and L to move about, obviously. Then the circle button to do a dive roll, and R2 begin. So pretty much, like, once you've made it past this little section, this climbing section, which is very Prince of Persia, you can imagine this pose here, and the way I'm just about to jump is very Prince of Persia. I suppose they were developed around similar times, I suppose. He's once you've learned learned most of the controls you need now. The only thing you haven't really used is your bow, which you can switch to as well. But your sword, you get the idea. Hit things with it, make sure they die. That's it. So yeah, that's where we're headed. One of the sort of creepy things about Shadow of the Colossus, or creepy or almost lonely things, is that even though that world looked very empty, there are these huge colossi in it, and I think the fact that they're so big, you'd think they'd stand out, but they're actually quite well hidden, and I don't know, stumbling across them all of a sudden is a sort of strange experience. It's almost like they're part of the environment as well. They're made of rock. Moss is growing down them. They're very much like something that was a statue brought to life. If you want, if you like. So it's about to see us, and our aim here is going to be to try and get up on top of it. If you're fighting one of these, you can hold your sword aloft, and once you do that, its weakness spots will sort of be revealed. They'll sort of be highlighted. You can see something glowing on its leg there now, and that's where we're headed first. So, um, one thing I notice about the controls in Shadow of the Colossus is that they can feel sort of fumbly. Um, they can feel as if you're sort of flailing about, but that's kind of the point. Um, Sometimes they can be a little bit annoying, I suppose, but it also conveys the fact that this really small boy taking on these titans. Okay, this isn't going to work, so I'm just going to drop off. There is a health bar. It's in bottom left. What I'm really conscious of is the stamina bar. Um, the yellow circle in the right hand side, on the right hand side, because that tells me how good my grip is. Whoa. This is kind of embarrassing because in the other in times I recorded that were deleted, I did a much better job of this. I look like a real amateur this run. So obviously the Colossus doesn't want you on it. So it's going to try its best to shake you off, and it'll succeed. Oh my god. Here we go, up. So whenever you get to a ledge like this, you have to sort of give yourself time to pause, otherwise to allow your stamina to build up. Otherwise you won't be able to hold on for much longer. Okay. And it kind of forgets about you a little bit. Whoa. Whoa. It's not going very well. If you stand still for a while, it doesn't take as much out of your stamina, and it also gets a little, it doesn't try to shake you off as much. Whoa. So where we're headed is its head, because there you can see this big glowy spot here. And we're gonna, if we can hang on. Whoa. Did I set this to hard or something? Pretty sure it's on normal, but this creature seems to be giving up quite the fight. So we want to keep stabbing it. The longer you hold up the square button, the deeper a cut you'll make. Nearly there. And the Titan falls. If it seems like that was pretty violent, more violent than you expected, and if it seems like that creature was, relatively unprovoked, then that's kind of the point. That it's the idea that he's trying to bring back he's the girl at all costs, and he's probably doing some things he shouldn't in order to do that. So I also really like that visual effect. It's almost as if you're coming back to consciousness. It's almost as if you're like seeing a light, kind of. I was playing this the other day, and my parents were watching it, and they thought these black figures standing over him were really creepy. And in fairness, they're not. they don't inspire joy, I would say. So he's just checking to see if there's been any update. But the only thing that's changed is that one of these statues is about to implode. So you get the idea of what he needs to do to defeat a Colossus. But he said there are more than one. So those statues over there represent the different classes, the class I that you have to defeat, and each time you bring one down, they explode or they implode. You can kind of have an estimate of how long the game is by how many statues there are. So you can also tell how long this series is going to be, because it's roughly going to be the same as the number of colossi, which I won't spoil, but you could probably take a rough guess. So at this point, Dorman will say, you can use these as a sort of restore point. If you go to them, then your health will be healed. But I've never really used them. To be honest, you're not losing health too often in Shadow Colossus unless you're fighting Colossi. So really, unless these are placed right alongside the bosses, then I don't think they're that useful really. So the next Colossus is, if we use our sword, we can tell that it's roughly in this direction. There's a desert over here. There's a big long bridge, and yeah, we want to go this direction. I think I'm actually going to cross this, and I'm going to pause the episode, just because, or maybe I'll keep going. Let's keep going. Or no, maybe I won't. Sorry, I'm having a sort of debate with myself here. The good angel says, no, you're do the right thing, on take a break and just check that everything recorded properly. And the sort of devil head is saying, no, keep going. Make this a nice long episode. So, but I think I'm going to listen to the angel, and we're nearly at a quarter of an hour. So I'm going to put the next Colossus in its own episode. If these are somewhat shorter episodes, that's not a bad thing either. Okay, so thanks for joining us. I'll see you in a few minutes, or more likely about a week. See you.